Hi, I'm Cindy Matalucci and you're watching The Pulse. Today I'm taking you inside one of my absolute favorite places in San Diego, VaVa Varnish. This is not your typical nail salon. From the vintage decor to the amazing menu of services, we're going to introduce you to the owner, Elizabeth Morris, and show you why this is the place to get your nails done. I'm here with the wonderful, the beautiful Elizabeth Morris from VaVa Varnish. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited to be here today.
I'm really glad you're here.
I love your place. Now, first of all, I have to get your story because you have such a great story. You were in the engineering field and then you ditched that and started to do your passion. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, actually, technically, finance for an engineering company. So I worked for a company called Broadcom for many, many years and kind of did P&L management, which is a really dry word for managing money, managing spending, managing revenue, stuff like that. And I've always done nails as a hobby. I've always been like a fan of it, and I just decided to quit my job and do this instead.
So one thing that I love, this is not your typical nail salon. I mean, you've got packages from Swarovski crystal manicures to minx manicures. Tell us a little bit about what you're offering and how different you are than so many different nail places in San Diego.
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of nail places tend to stay with, you know, the French polish or maybe a little bit of a flower or something like that. But when you really see pictures of celebrities or pictures on Pinterest of stuff that's really, really interesting, you can't really find a place that can actually do stuff like that. So it's kind of a bummer. So what I decided is if I'm gonna open my place, I'm gonna offer everything that you've ever seen on anybody else. So the minx is something that Rihanna always wears. She's always got dollar bills or like crazy pictures. You've seen Katy Perry with like her, you know, ex-husband's pictures on her nails.
And the snake skin.
The snake skin, that's all minx, and it's really, really cool. It's like a vinyl applique you can put on your nails. The Swarovskis are gorgeous for people that love, love, love the sparkle.
Love the bling.
Yes,
we love
bling.
It.
And then I also do a bunch of like kind of Japanese style nail art, which is basically a way of saying that like it's a lot of 3D, a lot of different colors, a lot of different stuff going on. Instead of just every nail matching, it's kind of trying to coordinate kind of an idea in 5 fingers rather than, you know, every single finger being the same.
Well, and there's an art to that, so you actually do that by hand.
Yeah.
Which is, how do you do that?
It's a lot of practice.
It's magic.
It's kind of like, you know, someone who molds clay, very similar to that. So you're working with a product that sets up, you know, and I do a lot of my stuff in 3D gel, so you can actually do it without all the chemical fumes of acrylics. So for people that don't want all the stink, you can still have 3D bows, flowers, Hello Kitties, you know, all that stuff.
All the fun stuff. Well, and that's another thing, your products are very green. Very different than going into a place where it's the acrylic smell and the chemicals.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I kind of live somewhere in the middle. I'm not crazy gung-ho about, you know, the water-based nail polish, you know, or stuff like that, but I also knew that I wanted to have a salon that didn't smell like chemicals when you walked in the door, and I think a lot of people know that smell just walking down the street. You're like, oh my gosh, there's a nail salon here somewhere. So I wanted to get rid of that. I chose products that I think are really high quality, that are healthy for people, that give people the, you know, the nails that they want with the art and the colors and the fun stuff, but also something that, you know, doesn't hurt your nail in the long run and doesn't hurt your health either.
Well, you guys have so many colors. That's one thing that I personally love. You go to a nail place, they don't have a lot of colors.
Yeah.
You have a lot of options.
That was another thing I really wanted to have, is not just have pinks and reds and nudes. I wanted to have the purples, the greens, the yellows, all the stuff that you can think of. So we actually have over, I think, 130 gel colors now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can't get bored here. You can always find a new color.
Yeah.
Well, so tell me a little bit about some of the other things that you're doing. I know you have a VIP membership here, which is something for $55 a month. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so, you know, one of the issues as a small business owner is making sure people come back. So I wanted to develop something that I think rewards the people that come back regularly with the best discounts they can get. Better than Grouponers that come here, better than people off the street. I wanted to make sure that members get the best price all the time and they get treated with that sense of reward for their loyalty. And for me, it helps me as a business owner having people come back on a regular basis. So for people that come and get their nails done at least once a month, they can sign up for my membership. It's $55 a month, but that's actually a prepaid service.
Okay.
So you get a mani-pedi for your $55, or you can get like a really high-end pedicure.
That's a great deal.
It's a really great deal. They're saving, you know, over $20 a month. So, you know, if you come twice and then you get 10% off on every single thing you can think of, the minx, the Swarovski. You can bring your husband if you want to. He can share your benefits, friends, family. So it's a really good deal, and it really rewards people for being loyal to my business and helps me also.
Well, and let's mention the men, because we don't want to forget the men. This is also a place for men to come in.
It is.
A manly
man. Yeah, we do a manly man manicure and a manly man pedicure.
Okay.
A lot of guys actually opt for the higher end pedicures because guys usually don't think about the fact that pedicures are foot massages.
And they
forget about that part.
The way to a man's heart is by rubbing his feet,
it is,
right?
and paraffin. But my husband loves it, and you know, a lot of guys feel more comfortable with the fact that my husband is sometimes at the front desk. They're like, oh, guys can hang out in here. So I definitely wanted it to be not too girly that the guys don't feel comfortable, and we've actually got a few men members too. So.
Well, and another thing I love about this place is it's very relaxing. The atmosphere, the vintage decor. It's almost like you're going to your girlfriend's house to get your nails done.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of people on their cell phones. I mean, people really relax there, and that's kind of a motto for you guys are here, right?
It is. Like, I really wanted a place where people can unwind, they can put their phone in their purse. You know, there's no TVs, there's no chatter, there's no craziness going on. I would say that our, you know, ambiance here is very dynamic. So sometimes we'll get big groups that are really fun, and then other times, you know, it's a bunch of people that just want to be quiet. So it's important to be able to kind of change with that. And that's why I focused on the relaxation part, is just so people feel like they can actually come here, sit here for an hour, and, you know, escape for a little bit.
I love it. Well, you're going to do my nails today.
Yes, I am.
What are you going to do today?
I actually will probably just do it as we go, but I'm thinking something with Swarovski, something, you know, Valentine's Day, something, you know, romantic. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm very excited. So.
Yay, let's do it. My nails need some help. We're going to take you through the process.
Yeah. You know, like one of the rare things that we do that a lot of places don't is like we use an autoclave.
Okay.
So instead of just putting our stuff in barbicide like a lot of places do, we actually like make sure that they're completely sterilized in an autoclave, which is the same machine a dentist uses or a tattoo parlor.
Oh wow.
Same thing. So it's pretty intense. But I do it for that reason. Yeah, because a lot of places, you know, you can get nail fungus really, I mean, this isn't very the fun part of nails, but I mean, it is a health issue too. And so one of the focuses I wanted to have while I was doing this is, you know, not only focus on having fun colors and being able to do stuff that nobody else can, but also making sure that people don't, you know, contract any type of issues here. So these are the Swarovski crystals that I use. I have like several sizes, and I'm gonna mix them today so we kind of get like an explosion of crystals going on. But these are Aurora Borealis ones. I mean, these are really tiny, they're size 5. Those are probably like the tiniest you could get of real gemstones, and then they go all the way up, so I've got some bigger chunky ones. But these are actually the authentic ones from Austria, so they're the real deal.
No fake crystals here.
No, no fake ones, but these are really pretty, and I love the Aurora Borealis because you can get all the different blues, pinks, yellows, like they kind of sparkle.
Bling bling.
Yep, yep, yep.
So what do you see right now as far as nail trends? What are the biggest trends?
I mean, as far as, you know, what nail techs are into, I would say that a lot of the more adventurous, you know, we're looking into the stuff like taking stuff that you wouldn't think about putting on a nail and putting it on, like, you know, spikes, you know, that come off your nail about ½ an inch, stuff like that. That's really, really crazy.
And do you glue that on?
You can put it on with gel, you can put it on with acrylic too. There's a different, like, multiple different ways of putting it on, but yeah, I would say that the 3D stuff is really in right now, trying to get bigger, better, you know, more elaborate. That stuff's really popular. But for the average person, I would say bows are always in. People love bows. People love the ombre where you change from one color to another. You know, the fade. Glitter is really popular.
I love the glitter.
Everyone loves sparkly stuff is what I've figured out, yeah. So with these, what I'm doing is I put a coat of clear gel down, and the Swarovskis, instead of gluing them, I can actually adhere them to the actual gel. So when this goes in the light, they'll actually hang on, and you'll be left with this without any, you know, individual gluing or any of that stuff.
And then it stays on.
And it stays on, yeah, it stays on better, and I can actually coat them in gel so that they don't, you know, fall off or anything. It's definitely something that anybody could pull off. I mean, it's not that big of a commitment as far as nail art is concerned, and it's not something that you'd get sick of either.
So how did you come up with the name VaVa Varnish? I was going to ask you that.
Well, I like all things vintage, and varnish is an old term for nail polish. And I feel like there's a lot of places out there that are called something something polished, and so I wanted to do something totally different. And I also like the word VaVa Voom.
I love that.
I love that term. And so I wanted to kind of mix VaVa Voom with varnish so that people would know it's like VaVa Voom polish type thing.
Ooh, I love
so I did
that.
VaVa Varnish.
And that's why this is not your typical nail salon.